Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. Look, I have the one and only Miss Rock Conscious in the building on the panel tonight, and we're getting ready to discuss this Carmelo Anthony case trial verdict and what took place. How you doing this evening, Rock Conscious?
Good evening. I'm doing great considering the climate that we're in right now with this Carmelo Anthony case and its swiftness.
It, it is a tough one to swallow, but we want to go all the way back because I saw a post and they were blaming his mom for a weak defense, right? But what would make, and let me see if I can get that on here too. No, but why his mom though? You know, why would they say she's responsible for a weak defense? So as we delve into that, it depends on the mindset of the parents and how they see life. How does the mom see reality when it comes to the black and white issue? You know, how does the parent see that? How does the parent prepare their children to deal with this world and 2026 still dealing with race? You have some parents they may call militant or more in line with Malcolm's ideology, or you have some that's more in line with Martin Luther King's ideology. And when I say Malcolm and Martin, I'm not talking about per se those two as individuals. I'm talking about their ideology and what they stood for. You would see Malcolm was more do for self and you protect yourself. Don't be the aggressor, but protect yourself at all times at any cost. And then you have another mindset, which was at that time, even though we know that Martin started changing his ideology towards the end of his life, but we do know that first mindset was more nonviolence, and we're going to try and we're going to try to deal with them with love, and hopefully we show them so much love to where they would eventually love us back, right? So now let's get into it, right? So if you're a parent and your ideology is okay, your son, and we're gonna deal with both mindsets. And your son, you get a call, your son been arrested for murder. He's an athlete. He's at a track meet. Now they're saying that he was up under the wrong tent. But from what I'm understanding is it was at a public event. So there was no right or wrong tent because it's been known that students sit under any tent. They go and talk to different players from different schools. Now, as a parent, you would bring up, you would combat these theories on why are they saying that he was under the wrong tent. Now, his lawyer uh, didn't bring Carmelo on the stand to testify in his own self-defense. So why would, or the mom would have to be asked the question, why did you choose this person? What was about this person that made you say he would be a good attorney for your son? Did he display anything in dealing with racial issues? Did you look into his background? That's another question that needs to be asked, right? Another question that comes to mind is the differences in thought, right? Now, we'll read this and we're going to get into it. It says Anthony was the initial aggressor, intruder, who escalated and refused to de escalate. Multiple student witnesses testified he entered the rival team's tent uninvited. They said he trash talked or provoked, insulting their program, refused many requests to leave, and issued a verbal threat while reaching for the knife. He had opportunities to leave but chose to stay and bait a physical response. Texas self-defense law does not favor those who provoke the encounter. Video was unclear on exact details under the tent, but didn't strongly support a mob attack before the stab, right? So we finna dissect it. What are you thinking about that, Rock Hunch?
He was asked multiple times to leave. Okay, you're a young kid, okay, a teenager. You're in an area where you shouldn't be. Well, people are, and if it's multiple people that ask you to leave or are aggressive towards you, hostile, I couldn't see him staying under those circumstances. So I think there is a lot more to this. I think in terms of the witnesses and the statements, I think a lot of things have been very carefully orchestrated, and it needs to be dissected because
Exactly.
too many inconsistencies. It just doesn't add up
At all.
It doesn't add up.
The lawyer stated that Metcalf fell Austin. He fell on the knife, which actually he stabbed himself. If that was true, then why was that not presented? Meaning, why are so many things coming out after the verdict? Now the truth coming out.
After the fact. That probably wasn't presented during the actual hearing.
Right.
Again, there are so many inconsistencies. Many questions left unanswered.
Right.
There's no footage inside of the courthouse, so we really don't know. And the fact that a lot of people are going off on speculation, and it's to the point, I've had my thoughts about people, how I was raised. I was raised to, basically accept people for who they are. None of the racism. I've never been taught any of that kind of stuff, or been guided to have a certain perspective of anyone outside of the Black community. I wasn't taught that. And in fact, I've been around within my family. My family makeup is very diverse. Right. And that's the honest truth. Okay. I've been around people. I've had great teachers that were Caucasian. That I would stand ground for. Literally, that's been my experience. But truth be told, considering today's climate and what has taken place, with this Karmelo Anthony murder trial, my mindset is different. I really believe now, based on multiple comments from non-Blacks, I have a better understanding that we truly are the most hated people in this world.
Yeah, so again, my name is Tony Sturdivant. I was one of the individuals that put in a FOIA request to see the video. What I saw was starkly different from the testimony that I heard given in the trial. There were 6 kids that walked up, 2 splintered off. I guess that part of was introduced in the trial where they went to deflect the coach. The other 4 walked directly to Karmelo Anthony. There was a brief conversation, I say maybe 20, 30 seconds, and from there, a scuffle ensued. It didn't last long. Karmelo backed up the canopy. He looked one way, looked to the left, and flew down those bleachers. Now, this is the video that was presented to us. This is the question that I have, though. Why wasn't that video presented in court? And is it the true video? Because again, it's starkly different from the testimony given in the trial. Karmelo Anthony flew down those bleachers, fell at the bottom of the bleachers, got up, took off. It was.
I agree. I
hurts my heart, but hey, it is what it is. So now going forward, I definitely have to move forward.
Right, and it's now. Elijah Muhammad said that the best solution to the problem is separation. We're saying that since the 30s. Look, he said, look, protect your own and be yourself. Love your own and be yourself. Meaning, create you a nation inside of a nation and build everything you need for you and your people. But if you're dependent on others to show you empathy, care, love, it's not happening. I am giving you an example. And this case, the Karmelo Anthony case, is such a huge case study, because in here where it says that, they said that he provoked the encounter. You know why they saying why they saying that he provoked it? Because they saying that he said, touch me and find out, or push me and find out, right? Well, that's how we speak. Any black person hears somebody say, okay, when you come over here, you're going to find out. That's a warning. But in their world, they said that he invited him and provoked him into the encounter. He wasn't inviting him. He was just saying, hey, bag off. You come over here, this is what you finna get. Come over here and try.
It's right. It's a part of our language. And that goes to show that's why it was very important that a part of that jury were people of his peers.
Right.
Our language is different, how we communicate or whatever. They don't understand how we speak.
Right. That's why they
our little language or whatever. But definitely. Yeah, this is definitely one for the books, but it's definitely an eye-opener. I mean, like I said, with all the comments, all the homosexual comments, it's just really deep. I would encourage Black mothers and fathers, speak with your children, all of that. Because you know what? It's like even when we are being confronted, we are made out to be the person that's in the wrong when we are being confronted.
Right.
Like it's been said, as if we don't have a right to defend ourselves. And we do. We have that right.
We got a God-given right. God created us and gave us instructions in what to do on how to defend his creation. Could it be, Rock? Could it be that we're heartbroken and disappointed because the dream of how we want to perceive and see white people never materialized? And we upset like we did our list, we sung, we marched, we tried, we begged, and they still treat us in the way that they can been treating us. Are we
right? So even low key, the way they've been treating us as if we're lowly people, and we're not. We've made great contributions to this world, great contributions to the United States. Okay,
right?
Things that if it wasn't for us, people wouldn't be able to live with a lot of things that we actually created. But again, it goes to show it's not that. It hurts from a perspective of like, oh, it doesn't surprise me, but it's to the how can I say, the detriment as to the amount of hatred for us.
What we were able to find out today is that Karmelo Anthony didn't just go into the tent. He asked, is it okay if I sit here? Not only that, we found out that Eddie, Carmelo's friend, when he realized that Carmelo was in the tent, actually switched seats with another kid so that he and Carmelo could be seated next to each other and talk.
Okay, so a witness just testified that not only did Carmelo Anthony ask for permission to sit under the tent where the alleged crime took place, he was invited to do so. And this new narrative could cause a big problem for the prosecution's case.
Why are we looking at the same thing in the justice's eye, and we coming up with totally two different conclusions? How can two people looking at the same thing and we still fighting over, and we both looking at it? Well, something is wrong.
Okay. For some, this is a pen. For someone else, it's a writing instrument. It just really depends on, whose perspective it is. That's how fairness and justice is looked upon.
So you saying that
all of us don't have the same. We don't have it doesn't have the same definition.
I know, man. It's how do and not force, when you see that lady of justice and she's blindfolded with the scales, meaning justice is supposed to be blindfolded. She's not even supposed to see color.
Mm.
How do we make them abide by the creed and the oath and the declarations that says that this should be done? All men should be treated equally. This should be. I mean, we believe it. We believe, yeah, that's right. Everybody should be treated equally. We putting tax dollars into a system, money into a system. We no, we don't have representation, but we do got black faces in certain positions where you would think you would have representation. You voted in to do what? To be quiet and get scared? I don't. It's and the reason why we say this. So okay, we saying this because this is what it is, Rock, and for the listening audience. This is prophetic, and this is how you judge time, right? We can judge time by incidents that take place, right? Because everything that takes place has a consequence and a ripple effect in time. So if we don't check things at the proper time, then it creates something, a monster, as time persists. So we try to deal with things on time and create a fairness, justice, equality. So in the future, you don't have to deal with the monster as it keeps moving forward. So if we don't deal, and I'm saying black, white, anybody that's on this rock, if we don't deal with injustice and racism today, the way it would look 10 years from now would be so ugly that the chance to even keep it on the same playing field would be obsolete.
It seems to me the lady of justice is just pure symbolism. That's all it is. It's as if her eyes is covered with a very thin veil, but she can see through it. And she's looking. Oh, okay. This will be your judgment. Oh, I'm giving you, for the same crime or act, I'm giving you a different sentence. I see you. I'm giving you a different sentence. It's not balanced. It's not equal. No way is equal. In terms of polarity, it's like when Caucasian people are handed some, at the opposite end, a black is given something way more severe. The punishment is extremely, it's where they say, what'll make you laugh can make you cry.
Right.
Well, give it some time.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, she did it. Robin, Naomi, and Ruth Cosmetics coming out with the Verbal Pick Radio Soap, right? Look, June 19th is definitely going down. We're getting ready to wash away that slave mind. We're going to wash away lack. We're going to wash away doubt. We're going to wash away so many negative things that's been affecting us for all these years. We came with a plant-based soap, vegan soap, specifically for you. Yeah, look, clean in power and be clean. Soap made from nature, from the ether, from the heavens. This soap will free your mind. Make sure you get yours.